This video seems to show the fire at Zaporizhzhia power station in Energodar, a southeastern city in Ukraine. Sky News has been not able to autonomously check this video. 5 raised degrees of radiation distinguished close to site of thermal energy station. Reports raised degrees of radiation have been identified close to the site of Europe's biggest thermal energy station, AP has detailed, referring to a Ukrainian government official. Notwithstanding, Ukraine 24 television has revealed radiation has been gotten at the Zaporizhzhia power plant, referring to the power station's chief. It comes after Ukraine's unfamiliar pastor said a fire had broken out at the plant subsequent to going under assault by Russian powers. 6. Assuming it explodes, it will be multiple times bigger than Chernobyl. Ukraine's unfamiliar clergyman affirms fire at thermal energy station. Ukraine's unfamiliar clergyman has affirmed a fire has broken out at part of Europe's thermal energy station after the Russian armed force terminated at it from all sides. Dmytro Kuleba said on Twitter, "Fire has effectively broken out. On the off chance that it explodes, it will be multiple times bigger than Chernobyl." He is alluding to the 1986 mishap in the Chernobyl thermal energy station, which occurred when the nation was important for the Soviet Association. It is viewed as the most obviously awful atomic fiasco ever. Russians should promptly stop the fire, permit firemen to lay out a security zone, Mr. Kuleba added. As we told you in our past post, a representative for the Zaporizhzhia power plant has likewise encouraged Russian powers to stop their assault. It should be noticed that Ukraine's State Crisis Administration has said a fire has broken out external the plant's border at a preparation building, yet it was not promptly certain if this is a similar burst. 7. There is a genuine danger of atomic risk. Official urges Russian soldiers to quit assaulting thermal energy station.
Ukraine-Russia news live. Putin blamed for massacre in Mariupol as Zelenskyy requests plunk down with Russian president. The 3rd of April 2022 Ukraine war refreshes as Russia claims it has taken key southern city of Kherson. However, U.S. insight says something else. Mariupol and Kharkiv under weighty assault. More than 1 million Ukrainians escape country. President Zelenskyy requests that Vladimir Putin meet him after harmony talks continue. 2. Blinken and Kuleba talk about extra security for Ukraine. U.S. branch of Express. The U.S. Secretary of State has addressed Ukraine's unfamiliar priest. Antony Blinken and Dmytro Kuleba talked about extra security, financial requirements and philanthropic help for Ukraine, the U.S. branch of state said. The assertion comes after Zaporizhzhia power station, the biggest atomic plant in Europe, went under assault from Russian powers and a piece of it set land. It is presently unclear whether the call occurred previously or after the power station was hit. Russia ought to be tossed once more into the Stone Age, says Common Freedoms lobbyist. Russian basic liberties lobbyist and previous world chess champion Garry Kasparov has encouraged world abilities to embrace a more extreme military and financial methodology against Russian President Vladimir Putin for his intrusion of Ukraine. In a meeting with Reuters, Mr. Kasparov approached Western nations to review their envoys from Moscow, launch Russia from the worldwide police organization Interpol, and force a restricted airspace over Ukraine, a solicitation that has been more than once denied by world pioneers. Russia ought to be tossed once more into the Stone Age to ensure that the oil and gas industry and whatever other touchy enterprises that are imperative for endurance of the system can't work without Western mechanical help, Mr. Kasparov said. Endorsers up to this point forced by the US and other NATO nations have disengaged Russia to a phenomenal degree.
How satellites however little as a shoebox may be giving the public eyes and ears on a contention zone. Satellites however little as a shoebox seem to be giving the public eyes and ears on a contention zone as at no other time, Sky News has been told. The military has approached fresh front-line pictures for a long time, however incredible steps in innovation have made it workable for privately owned businesses to send off their own satellites that give a free perspective on troop developments and bomb harm. Sky News has been inside the residue-free, clean room of Tower, which assembles nano-satellites on a Glasgow business park. It as of now has around 120 satellites in circle, estimating simply 10 cm by 10 cm by 30 cm. You can peruse more on this story on the connection underneath. 9. Ukraine intrusion. How satellites, however little as a shoebox, may be giving the public eyes and ears on a contention zone. Nano satellites can tune in to signals from boats and airplane, and saw the Russian naval force switch off their following guides not long before the attack, and grain trades from Ukrainian ports wane as the public authority got the food supply. 10. Europe's biggest power plant ablaze after Russian assault, says neighborhood city chairman. Video film being live transferred on YouTube seems to show blasts close to Europe's biggest thermal energy plant. The stream is by all accounts run by the record for the Zaporizhzhia power plant. The city hall leader of the close-by town of Energodar has said the plant is ablaze subsequent to being going under assault by Russian soldiers. Because of ceaseless faux shelling of structures and units of the biggest thermal energy station in Europe, the Zaporizhzhia thermal energy station is ablaze, city chairman Dmytro Orlov said on his Wire channel. He added that there has been savage battling between neighborhood powers and Russian soldiers and there have been setbacks.